Yo, what's up? Today we're going to check out one of the sequencers from the new sequencers pack. This one is called Rhythmic Steps. It's the younger sibling of Melodic Steps from the Creative Extensions. This is heavily influenced, or I would assume at least inspired, by the legendary built-in sequencer, step sequencer of Fruity Loops. Of course, it's not the Fruity Loops sequencer, it's something completely on its own, but I can see the inspiration. Just guessing. So let's check it out. We'll see all the stuff you can do with it. Super fun, and also a new way of creating your own groove. Let's check it out. Okay, sweet. So here I have a project with a drum rack. I took my time, chose the sounds, and you can have up to 8 sounds. Now, I also did some stuff by copying and making alternative versions of the same sound by just copying it. Let's say the hat. I took down the detune, bring up some attack, and then I added an effect like a delay, this kind of Haas effect, just to make it a bit more diffused, a bit more stereo. Sweet. I did the same with the rim shot here. I copied it with Option, and then I used the sound similarity to sound a different sound that I like. So we have it right here. Okay, awesome. And we'll see why we're using the drum samplers for all of them. I also added the roar. This is just a thing I like to do, add roar, add an amount of some shaper saturation. I just chose the first one, but the key thing here is to open up the modulation and turn up the shaper 1 amount, or just click on it and you'll see it in the matrix. Turn up the envelope follower modulation. This is going to make everything much more dynamic, as the shaper only gets to its maximized saturation distortion in the loudest section of the sound. I love this, kind of make it even more dynamic than it is. So roar, and some limiter here just to maximize a tiny bit the volume in mid-side mode. Although most of the drums, except maybe the hat, is kind of more middle stuff. Sweet, you see I already panned them. I added some reverb. So very important just to take your time and adjust and get your sounds. Okay, so let's load the Rhythmic Steps. Now, this sequencer, like others, doesn't need a clip. You just hit spacebar and start playing. To the left here, we can see the positions of the pads that we're going to trigger. You can change it by just clicking on it. But I did set up my drum rack similar to the default configuration here in the Rhythmic Steps. Here is the chance sequencer. So if I bring it all the way up, it's going to always happen. Let's also add some snares. And let's add some triggers that not always going to happen. They're just with lower chance. So now it gives us more of a generative type of sequence, as some hits of the kick not always going to happen. Let's do the same with the snare, maybe here and here. Nice. Now, I'm going to go right here to the Alt tab, and this will trigger the blue pads, which can be different sounds, but they will only trigger when the chance, or the main channel is being triggered. So I'm going to do 100% here, and most of the time in these ones. So if they do get triggered, it's going to be the alt sound for sure 100% in these steps, and not for sure in those steps. Nice. We also have velocity tab. Let's turn down velocity on them. Sweet. Let's go back to the chance. Okay, I'm going to mute the 2 sequencers right here. Let's focus on this third one, which is going to trigger the hi-hat. So we can change the lengths individually of each channel or each lane. Let's do like, let's try 4. And I'm going to do 100% on these ones. And maybe not all the way on these ones. Let's go velocity. On each sequencer, we can randomize a tiny bit or randomize fully. And as you can see, this length of the velocity sequencer of the hat is independent in length to the chance lane sequencer and any other, the alt, and we'll check out the other ones. Let's do like 5 and randomize it. Nice. So now we get some randomization in our pattern, although still in our system of rules. Sweet. Let's continue. We'll do the same with this fourth one. We have here the wood percussion. Let's make it even shorter, like 2. And I'm going to go again, velocity. Let's randomize it. Yeah, we'll do a full 16. Let's bring back the kick and snare. Nice. Now you can see right now that they're not synchronized, especially here if we've seen the velocity. So things sounds a bit off. We can retrigger it from right here. Here we go. Okay, sweet. Let's jump to the roll tab. We'll come back to the slide. And the roll, you can add some rolls when the hits are happening. Let's say randomize a tiny bit here and here. Maybe less in the hats. And less here also. I'm going to remove a few. Nice. Here's the speed. Excellent. Sweet. Let's do some alt on the hats. That's on the stereo hat. Excellent. Okay, sweet. Nice. Now, let's check out the slide tab right here. And the slide got to do with the MPE control slide. If you have an MPE controller like the push, you can slide your finger on the pads and it's going to change this value. Now, the reason I'm using drum samplers is because on each drum sampler, let's say we take the rim, we have these built-in effects. And these effects can be controlled by right here, the modulation, which by default is velocity. We can change it to slide. I set it to FX1, which is this, and then 100%. So now I can even change in the snare and have some effects here, like this stretch effect. Let's go to the kick. Let's set it up. Instead of punch, I'm going to go noise. Let's change it to slide. FX1, 100%. And now let's go and add maybe like this noise shaker right here in the first one. Sweet, awesome. Let's go back to the chance tab. And here we saw we can change the length of the steps. If we link it, now the length of the step will change for all the different tabs of this channel. You see, all of them are 4 steps. So you can kind of master link the length or have them separate length by default. This will allow you to add some delay to the triggering. Let's mute this, let's listen. They're a bit kind of delayed now, more shuffled. Nice. And of course the mutes. Here we can automatically re-trigger all the sequences from the beginning after 1 bar, 2 bars, and so on. So let's do a bit longer but still uneven. Maybe like this 6 and this 7. Let's do 1 bar. You'll see after 1 bar, they all start from the beginning. Nice. And you can also do it manually if you want by just clicking R and it will retrigger everything in the next bar. Nice. Now let's go back to the chants. I'm gonna take out, let's mute the percussion and make something a bit more simple here. Okay. Let's go to the timing tab, which is super awesome, because it kind of allows you to create your own groove within the sequencer. I'm going to create the length to 8, and now we can start moving forward or backward in time each pulse in this 1 bar or in this 1 beat. 2 beats. So let's say I'm moving this forward and this backwards. Of course, this is extreme, unless you need this extreme shuffle, but just start moving it a tiny bit, can create very interesting rhythms or grooves. And this one just gonna move everything a bit forward. So that's super cool. You also can adjust the global amount. If you're doing something extreme, you can then also adjust here of how much you introduce in it. We can also randomize it. And here we have the clock speed. Speed everything up, slow down. So you can create some very interesting things, especially if you have music on top of that. Let's launch something here. Let's bring back this. Okay, let's reset the timing. Add a tiny bit of swing. Nice. Now, this device does support the push. It works. It kind of changed the layout of the push, and you can control everything from the push, but it's still very buggy while recording this video. So I'll do a separate video about the push integration with this awesome device. Nice. Rhythmic Steps, a new way of sequencing drums in Ableton. Super excited for this to come out officially. Hope you like. I'll catch you next time. We'll check out the SQ sequencer. Peace.